good morning, mabuhay, blessed be God forever. We are the researchers of Responsible Team number 6, and we will be presenting to you our qualitative research entitled The Harmful Effects of Alcoholism to the Behavior of First-Year Male College Students of Siena College of Quezon City. Alcoholism is the problem in this study, which is an illness identified by significant destruction that is directly combined with constant and excessive use of alcohol, and according to Gonzalez-Reimers et al. 2014, it is a multi-systemic disease. Alcoholism is the dependence of a person on alcohol. Taking the risk of drinking alcohol is part of college life, where this can be a reason to have friends and to fit in with others, despite of the possible consequences. College drinking is very destructive not just in their physical and mental health, but also to their behavior. The researchers' aim is to answer the question, what are the harmful effects of alcoholism to the behavior of first-year male college students of Siena College of Quezon City? Followed by the sub-questions, what is alcoholism? What are the factors leading to alcoholism? And how to prevent alcoholism from occurring? Before we proceed, these are the 3 objectives of this research. First is to define alcoholism and to enumerate the factors contributing to it. Second is to raise awareness in order to prevent and stop them from drinking alcohol. And lastly, to distinguish the negative consequences and effects of alcohol abuse to human behavior and to the society. This study is beneficiary to the following: to the first-year male college students of Siena College of Quezon City. They will be more aware of the consequences of their actions, which is a good reason for them to control their intake. As for the parents of the first-year male college students, this will help them focus more on their children and will give attention to alcoholism. The results of this research will also help the government to know the need to put policies into action that inhibits alcohol abuse, and this will be the prevention strategy for reducing alcohol use and its consequences. The conceptual framework is composed of the whole flow of this study. The main topic is the effects of alcoholism to the behavior of first-year male college students of Siena College. Breaking down this topic, first, define alcoholism to the first-year college students of SCQC since they are the focus of this study. After this is the factors that can contribute to develop alcoholism and the harmful effects to their behavior. To give solution to this problem, this study also includes the prevention and cure for alcoholism. The study focuses on the first-year male college students of Siena College of Quezon City. This study will explore more on the harmful effects of alcoholism to the behavior of the students who drink alcohol. The study will also define what is alcoholism, the factors that can contribute to develop alcoholism, and its prevention and cure. According to American Society of Addiction, Medicine, or ASAM 1990, alcoholism is a primary chronic disease with genetic, psychological, social, and environmental factors influencing its development and manifestations. It is characterized by continuous or periodic impaired control over drinking, preoccupation with the drug alcohol, use of alcohol despite adverse consequences, and distortions in thinking. Tracy 2016 adds that alcoholism damages the brain, liver, heart, and other organs. Alcoholics are the person who are suffering from alcoholism and are classified into different categories. The following types are stated by HITI 2007 and the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism. Young adult is the type which is the largest type of drinkers who tend to binge drink. The second type of alcohol drinkers is the young antisocial. They are the ones who are more likely to smoke tobacco and pot. Functional subtype are the drinkers that is generally middle-aged, working adults who tend to have stable relationships, more education, and have higher incomes. They are the ones who tend to drink every other day, often consuming 5 or more drinks on drinking days. Another type of alcoholics is the intermediate familial. They are the kind of alcoholics with family history of alcoholism, such as depression and other personality disorders. The last category is the chronic severe subtype. It is the rarest subtype, which includes men who has highest divorce rate and frequently includes users of illicit drugs. This type of alcoholics have been to different kinds of factors that lead them to alcoholism. Some individuals can control the amount of alcohol they consume, while others cannot. For some, alcohol gives pleasure, influencing the brain to repeat the same behavior under biological factor. In this case, even if the brain functions well, some people may lack some capacity to resist from certain types of impulses. If alcohol presence is in the environment, the more an individual will develop alcoholism. Once a culture accepts drunkenness, those people that belong to that culture will be vulnerable to alcohol addiction. In short, family serves as the great pathway in order for a culture to be passed on from one generation to another. The last factor is psychological factors. Refers to the psychology of a person that turns his or her actions into satisfaction. Certain psychological conditions greatly impact the likelihood that suggests someone will develop drinking habits. The psychological effects of alcohol usage to our mental health are the increase in suicidal behavior, anxiety, hallucinations, delusions, psychotic disorders, and hepatic encephalopathy, which is a damage in the liver that urges the brain to not function properly because the liver refuses to remove toxins. According to Croft, 2014, people who develop alcoholism or those people who are alcoholics tend to be more prone to suicide than those who do not drink. It is said that the alcoholics are 15% more likely to commit suicide. Stated by Addiction Research 2014, alcoholism also has effects on social behavior such as heightened levels of aggression and violence, increased participation in unprotected sex and other risky activities, unexpected pregnancies, and risk for victimization through sexual or physical assault. Preventive measures advocated by the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism, 2011, can be helpful to avoid the disease from occurring. Engaging communities to prevent underage drinking is also a key obstacle in preventing underage alcohol use is the fact that young people often are in situations where drinking is tolerated. Family-focused interventions can be successful for both general population and for families with adolescents who exhibits more serious delinquent behaviors. Government policy and laws about alcohol can also prevent the adverse consequences of alcohol consumption in wider audiences. The school-based interventions can correct the misperception that everybody is drinking and teach youth ways to say no to alcohol, together with the parents and other segments of the community.
The research design used in the study is case study. The approach of the research is qualitative, wherein questionnaires are devised to obtain information regarding the effects of alcoholism to the first-year male college students of Siena College, Quezon City. This study depends on the answer of the students. The research setting of this study is in Siena College, Quezon City. Siena College has committed itself to the task of continuing, with consistent efforts, the work of development and improvement for quality Christian education that will bring to fruition its vision, mission, and goals. Purposive or judgmental sampling was used in this study for the population size of 15. The researchers chose all the 15 first-year male college students to be the respondents. The research instrument in this study are document analysis and survey questionnaire, which are validated by Mr. Jay Ongas and the researchers. The content of the survey questionnaire are as follows: profile of the respondents, alcoholism, factors that can lead to alcoholism, harmful effects of alcoholism, and lastly, prevention of alcoholism. The data gathering procedure. First step is the researchers divided the questionnaires in the 6 different courses of the first-year male college students and distributed it to them. Second step, as the researchers receive all the questionnaires, they proceed to the tallying and interpreting the data results. Lastly, the researchers finalized all the gathered data by double-checking and proofreading. For the statistical treatment, frequency count and percentage will be used in presenting the profile of the respondents. Percentage will be computed using this formula: P equals F over N times 100, where P equals percentage, F equals frequency, and N equals to the total number of respondents. To measure the alcoholism of first-year male college students, factors that can lead to alcoholism, harmful effects of alcoholism, and prevention of alcoholism, weighted average mean or WAM will be employed. To get the weighted average mean, frequency will be multiplied by Likert scale, divided by the total number of respondents. N equals the summation of f times x over n is the formula, where n is the sample mean, sigma is the summation, f is the frequency, x is the Likert scale, and n is the total number of respondents. Moving on to the analysis and data interpretation, as you can see in our table number 1, most of our respondents are at the age of 19 to 20 years old. They are all male college students of Sierra College, Quezon City, and most of them are in the course of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Financial Management, or BSA-FM. Table number 2 shows that most of our respondents drink because they want to experience their newfound freedom by themselves. It may be because of the reason that they are tired of anything they do, or it might be an influence of their friends. In table number 3, factors leading to alcoholism states that alcoholic beverages are very addictive. It can develop and lead to alcoholism, which can be due to peer pressure from those persons who drink because they are not in the right state of mind. Second is anxiety. There's a possibility that one person can have a proper sleep because of the effect of alcoholism in their body. And last is depression, because most of our respondents tend to rely and depend on alcohol when they experience problems in life. In addition to this, instead of finding solutions to their problems, they just drink it all up to temporarily forget the problem. Turns out that their problems just get worse, which leads to depression because of the failure to find the solution. The analysis about the harmful effects of alcoholism was presented by table number 3. The possible effects of alcoholism can be harmful to one's life. The person who drinks alcohol can be violent and aggressive in many ways. In table number 5, it states that we must say no to drinking. We must control ourselves or encourage each individual to stop drinking alcoholic beverages.
In our overall research, we found out that most of our respondents can drink alcohol, but not most likely drink because of the peer pressure, anxiety, and depression. In addition to that, they want to experience their freedom to enjoy and to be stress-free from anything. Even though most of the respondents drink, they are still aware that alcoholic beverages increase suicidal behaviors, delusions, and other forms of disorders. They can also act impulsively or has a possibility that the aggression and violence can be heightened. By that action, it can affect one's life whenever a man is addicted to alcohol. It can also have a sudden and unexpected circumstance. Therefore, to prevent that addiction, we must learn how to say no to drinking. For this to be successful, alcohol abusers must stop drinking by being mindful in what they should and not do. The researchers wanted to let the administrators know that they should consider doing lectures, discussions, or seminars about how the students prevent drinking alcohol. The researchers recommend this study to the youth to raise awareness on how alcohol affects one's human body and why thus abusing alcohol can affect human physical and mental traits. The researchers recommend this to the parents of the students for them to be aware of the effects of alcohol to the behavior of a person, especially to the youth.